Hi guys! So for this experiment, I have three different gummy bears. I have one normal one straight out of the bag, one that was placed in distilled water, and one that was placed in salt water. The gummy bears were left in their separate cups of water for about 8 hours or so. After 8 hours, I removed the gummy bears from their cups of water and placed them on a paper towel to dry. Then I moved them to a piece of copy paper and labeled each different gummy bear. So as you can see, each gummy bear looks very different from each other. So first I'm going to discuss the gummy bear that was placed in distilled water for 8 hours. As you can see, the gummy bear that was placed in the distilled water has gotten significantly larger. This is because gummy bears are made up of gelatin, and gelatin is a polymer that is added to many different foods and candies. It is what caused the gummy bear to swell. The water moved into the gummy bear because of osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules. The molecules of a solvent will move through a membrane that is semi-permeable and go from a less concentrated solution to a more concentrated solution. It will continue to do this until the membrane has reached equilibrium. The gelatin caused the gummy bear to absorb the water it was placed into rather than dissolving in it. So the gummy bear swelled, like the water went into the gummy bear and swelled until it reached equilibrium, and they were the same on the inside of the gummy bear and on the outside of the water solution. The gummy bear that was placed in distilled water is much larger than the regular gummy bear and the one that was placed in salt water. The gummy bear feels pretty slimy and gooey, and it has lost its original tough outer layer. So now I'll talk about the gummy bear that was placed in salt water for 8 hours. The gummy bear that was placed in salt water has shrunk a little bit. It is much smaller than the gummy bear that was placed in distilled water, though, because the gummy bear shrunk in the salt water because of hypertonic solutions. A hypertonic solution is when a solution has a larger concentration of solids on the outside of a cell compared to the inside of a cell. The salt ions have a much larger concentration of molecules in them than compared to the gelatin molecules in the gummy bear. So the salt water causes the gummy bear and water to reach equilibrium quicker than the distilled water. That's why the salt water gummy bear did not swell and get much bigger like the distilled water one did. The gummy bear that was placed in salt water, it feels pretty slimy and soft, but only around the edges. The gummy bear's arms and legs are still intact, and it still has a rough outer layer on top of it. So I'm not sure if the gummy bear in the salt water would have shrunk more. I think it might have shrunk a little bit more if I added more water to the cup maybe, or if I added a little bit more salt to the solution. And then after I took the gummy bears out of the salt water, I did notice that there was a ton of salt particles that had fallen to the bottom of the cup. So maybe I should have mixed the solution more often, and I could have mixed it every hour or so, just to make sure that the salt was really mixing with the gummy bear. I also noticed that the gummy bears in either the salt water or distilled water cups did not change the color of the water. So their structures did not change at all. The gummy bears were completely intact and did not dissolve in the water. And this was kind of interesting to see how strong of a substance gelatin is, and that the gummy bears did not break apart at all after being in water solutions for such a long period of time. So this makes me wonder how the human body will break down foods that contain gelatin, such as gummy bears and other candies like Jell-O and stuff. And also the different health effects that come with eating foods that contain gelatin, because clearly they are really difficult to break down. So the red gummy bear, again, is the normal one that is straight from the bag and is fully intact. The green gummy bear is the one that was placed in distilled water for about 8 hours and has grown significantly larger. And then last, the clear gummy bear here is the one that was placed in salt water for about 8 hours and has shrunk compared to the green one. It was cool to see the different effects of gummy bears in the different solutions, and also to learn about like osmosis and hypertonic solutions and how the different gummy bears changed compared to what solution they were in.